there, welcome to my channel. My name is Sarah and I'm a registered dietitian and a mom to 2 little boys. So welcome, it's good to have you here if you're new, and if you're not new, hey, welcome back, good to see you again. So as you all know, I'm a dietitian, but confession here, I am not a cook. I don't like cooking, I am not a great cook. If you left it up to me, dinner would be broccoli, frozen broccoli, a sweet potato, and a can of sardines. Or you might get breakfast for dinner. Eggs and pancakes and some sausage, and we are good. So praise the Lord, my husband he's a great cook. So we are so lucky, like he does the majority of the cooking in our house. So I am so thankful for that. I will say, I love to bake. I have a sweet tooth. If you know me, you've been watching me, I will admit I have the biggest sweet tooth on earth. So it wasn't until I had kids that I realized just how freaking picky they are. And it's funny because like growing up, I was never a picky eater as far as I know. Like I wasn't picky. I would eat anything you put in front of me. I'll try anything. I'm super, super easy to please. But I've realized now that I've had kids that like their tastes change all the time. It's like, as you know, if you have your own kids, one day they love chicken nuggets, but the next day they don't. One day they'll eat all of the broccoli on their plate, the next day they will refuse. So for example, my son Gabriel, like he's kind of my pickiest eater, I will say that, but he has his favorite foods. He will eat mandarin oranges until he turns orange. And then my son Desmond, he's gonna be 3 soon, he will eat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner ice cream, cookies, and cake. So I have to say, like, the struggle is real. Like, it is a struggle to get my kids to eat a balanced diet. I have to fight to get my kids to eat healthy, wholesome meals sometimes. And I'm not gonna lie, as a dietitian, I feel defeated sometimes. Like, my goal is like, okay, they gotta get in enough protein, like protein, and like a variety of foods, and get their fruits, and get their vegetables, get their whole grains, get their beans and legumes and all of that. Get in their calcium, their vitamin D, their omega-3s. Those are all the things that run through my head for whenever I'm thinking about like what I'm putting on their plates or what my husband and I, are feeding our kids. So you might think, oh, she's a dietitian. Her kids eat like perfectly. They eat a super balanced meal. They eat every color of the rainbow throughout the day. They get in their protein, they get in their fish, their omega-3s. I am not gonna lie to you guys, that is not the case. And me personally, I don't eat a perfect diet. My kids don't eat a perfect diet. We try our best to consume, as many healthy foods as possible, again, for myself and for my kids, but I'm not super strict. I'm not I'm a dietitian, but I'm not the food police, for Pete's sake. Like, I allow my kids to eat their, their favorite snack foods, to get in treats once in a while, or at least daily. Just like myself, I like to treat myself, but I allow my kids to treat them, to eat treats too. I don't deprive them. I don't want them to develop unhealthy habits. I don't want to restrict them to the point that they have an eating disorder later in life, or they binge eat. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want them to feel like they're so restricted to that point where they'll go to a friend's house and eat their entire cookie jar full of cookies because they don't get that at home. So first off, I don't force feed my kids. I certainly will encourage my kids to eat their foods, what's been given to them on their plate, but I don't like force feed them. I'll encourage them, and I will try to make it like an educational thing, like, oh, protein will help build strong muscles. So my son Desmond will be like, he'll do that when we encourage him to eat food or talk about his muscle development or whatever, building strong muscles. It's really cute. But then I'll talk about, like, oh, carrots are good for your eyesight, or oh, dinosaurs ate vegetables, or dinosaurs ate this. You try to kind of find ways to encourage them to eat the food on their plates. But I also do, like, I am one of those parents that will say, hey, if you don't eat a few bites of X, whatever that food is, you won't get dessert or a treat after dinner, which I don't know if that's psychologically bad. I don't know if anyone has experience with that. Maybe that's not the right way to go, but it helps encourage them to, eat their food, not necessarily finish their plate, but at least they're trying the food out and they're getting in some good, wholesome, nutritious foods. But again, like I said, I don't force feed my kids. Kids are the best at intuitive eating. Like they know how to listen to their bodies. They know when they're hungry, they know when they're satisfied. So kids are really good at listening to their bodies and meeting their own body's needs and, expressing a need for more food or to stop eating. So when it comes to the meals that my kids eat, the foods that they eat, I have a mantra. And maybe that's not the right term, but for every meal that they consume, I try to have them have on their plate something lean, something green, and something that provides energy. So let me break that down for you. So something lean, that would be a protein source. It doesn't have to be like super lean or something like, zero fat chicken, if that even exists. Any protein source. So whether it's, like I said, chicken, fish, beef, or even a vegetarian source of protein or eggs, I try to have a protein source on the plate. And then something green. Well, what does that mean? Again, it doesn't necessarily mean cooked spinach or broccoli. It could be one of those items, but it's something green, something living, something, a produce item. So it could be a vegetable or it could be a fruit. And then something that provides energy. What is that? So that's like a carbohydrate source. So that could be like mashed potatoes or pasta or rice or bread. So whatever the case is, a carbohydrate source to provide them with a good source of energy. So I just wanted to kind of share now with you guys like some examples of what the meals or types of foods that my kids will eat. And again, having that mantra in my head, these are some examples. So for breakfast, well, especially during the week, I try to do something really easy and quick. Because I got to get those kids ready and out the door for daycare. I recently at Aldi, I was there and I found some frozen French toast. They were protein French toast, so they had a decent amount of protein in them. So we will do that, and then of course I will add on some like a fruit, like blueberries or something. So you get your protein, carbohydrate, as well as some fruit. And on the weekends, like a Saturday or Sunday, we will do usually like scrambled eggs or soft-boiled eggs, pancakes, and strawberries. So for lunch could be a PB&J, and maybe we'll add some canned carrots that are soft, and then maybe some like sliced cucumbers or something on the side. Another popular thing we do is like deli meat, low in sodium nitrates, cheese cubes, cheese sticks, crackers, and fresh mandarin oranges. I am also known to do smoothies for lunch, or maybe a snack or something, but my kids love smoothies, so that's a great way to make sure that they're kind of getting in a variety of foods in that smoothie, from fruits, vegetables, and protein. So I'll do protein powder or yogurt or kefir. It's just a great way to boost their nutrition intake. I kind of think of smoothies as like nutrition insurance. So for dinner, we will do something like spaghetti with like a meat sauce, frozen broccoli, and some berries. We also love our Mexican food. So we'll do like a chicken and cheese quesadilla, tacos, burritos. We incorporate refried beans, and then we'll have like some vegetables on the side, whether it's like a salad or something, or frozen corn even. And I'm not gonna lie, you guys, we do once in a while, we will do your good old-fashioned mac and cheese with hot dogs, chicken nuggets, and again, maybe we'll throw on some, canned carrots on the side or some form of fruit. So again, there is room for convenience foods. I do my best to feed my kids, to make sure they're eating a well-balanced diet and eating a variety of foods, trying different foods, but there's room for convenience, okay? So yeah, crack open my fridge, crack open my freezer, look in my pantry, my Lazy Susan. You guys will definitely see convenience items in there. So again, whether it's frozen pizza, frozen pancakes in the morning for breakfast, chicken nuggets, frozen vegetables, canned soups, heck, even SpaghettiOs or raviolis. Sometimes it's just whatever your kid will eat, that's what you give to them. So it's all about flexibility, okay? Bottom line is you should never feel guilty about what food you're offering to your child. There are times where I do, like I said, I feel defeated and I just give in and I just make them something that I know they will eat, even if it's, you know, again, a convenience food item, it's a little bit processed, it's something, it's putting food in their bellies, and at the end of the day, that's what matters, is feeding your kids, putting food in their little tummies, and making sure they don't go to bed hungry. What are your guys' thoughts on this? Do you guys struggle to get your kids to eat? Do you find that your kids are picky eaters? How do you get your kids to eat a balanced diet? What are some tips and tricks that you guys use to get your kids to eat a variety of foods, get in their fruits and veggies? I'd love to hear them because they probably will help me too. All right, thanks so much for stopping by today. It was so good having you here. Be cool, stay strong, and I'll see you guys again very, very soon. All right, bye.